What you're about to see is not real news. It is satire based on real news. The characters you're about to see are not real-life humans. They are frighteningly realistic puppets based on real-life humans. The views expressed in the show are not necessarily those of Starsat, its sponsors, its advertisers, or the nice lady that makes the coffee.
Okay, everybody, let's just go through today's schedule. We've got 375,295 babies being born and 160,032 people dying. Maternity and mortality divisions, are you guys on this?
Sure, boss!
No problem.
All right, let's move on to disasters. Plagues. Any plagues? Maybe an outbreak of... What the hell?
Amanda!
I think that is the new guy, boss.
Amanda!
Hey, what's going on here?
Are you in charge?
Yes?
Good. First of all, we need better clothes. These white things here are very impractical and are very, very boring. Have you got anything in bright colors? Maybe a nice Indonesian print on a long shirt. Yes, very, very nice. All right. Now, I have some other suggestions to improve life. The afterlife conditions here.
But you just got here. Can you believe this guy? Guys? Anyone? Hello?
Amanda!
Oh well,
Amanda!
if you can't beat them, join them.
Amanda!
My dear South Africans, my brothers and sisters around the world, I am sure some of you were expecting Justice and Deborah. They are coming in a little bit later. But for now, I would like to welcome you to this very special episode of Puppet Nation to honor the passing of our greatest citizen and one of my dearest friends. Mark Twain said the human race has only one really effective weapon, and that is laughter. I have also heard somewhere that laughter is the sound of the soul dancing. And I know that right now our beloved Madiba's soul is dancing in a better place. So welcome to this very special episode of Puppet Nation, where we will remember the great man, but perhaps also laugh just a little bit, but no booing, okay? None of that nonsense you did at the FNB Stadium. In fact, I want to hear a pin drop. A pin drop. Come on, people and puppets gathered here. Let me hear that pin drop to honor the spirit of Tata Madiba. A pin drop. Hey.
Desmond, stop this nonsense. Everybody knows a pin dropping makes absolutely no sound.
Tada.
Now get on with this show.
Halala, Tada, halala, woo, hallelujah.
You are the one who actually invented this Rainbow Nation business.
It was an ideal, something we can still achieve if all of us work together.
That is an optical illusion.
Oh my gosh. Many people thought apartheid would last forever.
And slavery.
And lack of rights for women.
And oil.
And Milli Vanilli.
Milli what?
Politics is like a toilet sometimes,
Yes, Desmond, full of the brown stuff. There are many things that people never thought would change, and have changed indeed.
I'm sorry. Yes, but I'm sorry. Oh, I am so sorry. Oops, I'm really sorry.
Okay, we get it. Stop it, Desmond. You of all people, what in heaven's sake is so wrong with saying you are sorry?
There is nothing wrong with saying you are sorry, Tata. Nothing wrong at all. But why don't people think beforehand so that they don't have to say they are sorry?
I've shifted and moved. I have done full 360-degree turns.
So, how come you always wear those shirts?
What do you mean? Thousands of a park is full of boerers, singing and smiling, right up where I used to live.
Yes, you know, it was quite incredible.
Well, maybe South Africans will have their rainbow one day.
Well, my dear friends, life goes on, and as you can see, I have been joined by these two young people who usually host this puppet show. Deborah, are you still shouting at people?
No.
Really?
No.
Remember who you are talking to, my child?
Yes, okay, I'm still shouting at people, but I am trying, Art, really, I am.
Yes, my dear, you are trying. You are very trying. It's just a little joke.
Oh, Archbishop. We'll be speaking some more with you in just a moment, and we'll also chat to local and global leaders about Madiba's passing. But first, would you like to do the link that takes us to Rian and the headlines?
Meneer Kruiwagen, altijd een plezier.
Oh, ja, Kia Liboga, Your Majesty, jammer, your Holiness, I mean, your tutuness.
Just call me Desmond, please. Rian, I believe you are going to give us the latest headlines.
Yep, did some.
Okay, over to you.
Questions were asked why US President Barack Obama was the only world leader to arrive late for Madiba's memorial service in Soweto on Tuesday. It's obvious, isn't it? He was pulled over for not having an E-tag. Former US President George W. Bush described Mandela as a great force for freedom and equality, and one of the most familiar names on America's terrorist watch list. One of the bigger surprises at Tuesday's memorial service for Madiba came when the crowd booed President Jacob Zuma. Just kidding, that wasn't really a surprise, was it? The eyes of the world are now on the Eastern Cape as Nelson Mandela will rest in his childhood village of Qunu. Finally, the province will be known for something other than its crumbling infrastructure, terrible schools and, well, it's dagga. Very good dagga too, or so I've heard.
Now it's the time in the show where we go behind the headlines, which of course is all about Tata Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela.
And with us still is Archbishop Emeritus Desmond Tutu, who will help us interview familiar faces who have been paying their respects to the former president all along the past week.
Justice, did you say behind the headlines? What a silly phrase. I mean, who writes this stuff?
Arch, I don't think you want to meet him. He's the same guy who writes me hard shouting at people.
Oh, Jesus, the poor soul.
We cross now to our first guest, Mama Nomzamo, Winnie Madikizela Mandela.
Thank you, Justice.
Hello, Mama Winnie.
Unjani, Bishop.
Mrs. Madikizela Mandela, the world is remembering Madiba, the peacemaker, but should we not also try to remember Madiba, the radical who wanted to uplift his people?
Of course, Madiba didn't just forgive and embrace. He also fought for justice and social upliftment. And Desmond, millions of our people still live in poverty and without hope.
So you're saying that we must reflect on his life, but also accept that the struggle continues?
Yes. A luta continua, as my old friend Desmond knows.
But Latin is a dead language, Mama Winnie. Let us rather say, Amandla.
Our too.
But Winnie, where are those young radicals today who are going to fight his fight now that he's gone?
Well, they are there. Some of them are wearing red berets.
Oh, yes, those ones. But some of them are also not submitting tax returns.
Desmond, you too, when you were young, refused to submit.
Mrs. Madikizela Mandela, Ferial Hafaji, the editor of City Press, said that there's one person who embodies the spirit of Madiba today.
Well, that's very kind of her.
Tuli Madonzela.
Who? Why?
Speaking of young radicals, I would like to bring our second guest, who was once a very defiant young revolutionary, a young lion, in fact, Mr. Meg Maharaj. Can you hear me?
Hello, Justice.
Is Winnie gone already? Where did she go?
Hello, Arch.
Huh? Oh, Meg, it's you. Hello.
Mr. Maharaj, as we remember Madiba and look back at his life in the struggle, doesn't it make you wish for a simpler, more noble time before you had to keep explaining that Jacob Zuma was quoted out of context?
Justice, now is not the time for those sorts of questions.
You're right. Perhaps one shouldn't mention Mr. Zuma in the same breath as Tata Madiba.
Now you are just being rude, Deborah.
Shh, calm down, my children, please, please. Mac, would you agree that the ANC has lost just a teeny weeny little bit of revolutionary spirit?
Not lost, Arch, just matured.
But Mac, I'm sure you heard all those young people booing Zuma at the FNB Stadium.
What booing? I heard no such thing. People were just going brrrr because of
Come
the
on, Mac, the whole world heard the booing.
No, it was the raindrops on the microphones.
What nonsense? I mean, where is the great freedom fighter you once were, Mac?
Sorry, you are breaking up, Desmond.
I can still hear you.
Reception. Bad.
Well, I think we've lost Mac, but I'm pretty sure we'll soon hear back from him.
Yes, clear and loud, Shirley. But not as loud as me with my next guest. Hello again and welcome to Hard Shout, where I get to ask the questions and my guests get to shut up and listen. Using the latest interrogation techniques, I get to the bottom of what...
Deborah.
What the f***? Who's there? Jesus Christ! You scared the crap out of me! Who the hell are you? This isn't a fancy dress party, it's a bloody television station.
I am... Oh, come on, Deborah. You must know who I am.
Oh my God! You're the Death Fellow! The Grim Reaper!
Close. I'm Grim Reaper. The Reaper has, gone on leave.
Listen, I've got a bone to pick with you people. Does the name Nelson Mandela mean anything to you?
Ah, yes. Well, sorry about that.
You're sorry? Do you know how much pain and sorrow you have inflicted on the world? You bastards! You utter little bastards!
It seemed like a good time, you know. Just before the weekend. Get it into the Sunday papers. We thought you journalists might appreciate it.
How kind of you, but that was Madiba, for God's sake. Couldn't you have taken someone else? Like, you know, what's wrong with Steve Hofmeyer?
That's the problem. There's nothing wrong with him.
And baby Jake Matlala? He was 51, you cold-hearted swine.
Look, that was out of our hands.
Take responsibility for your actions, okay? You gutless, spineless...
What I mean is, Madiba asked that we send him a sparring partner. You know how he always wanted to be a boxer.
Oh, so now Madiba is happy?
Well, there are a few things he wants people to know. He asked if we could find him a good journalist.
God, I'd love to interview Madiba one last time.
That can be arranged.
But I just remembered I've got this thing. I committed to it ages ago. I've got to actually go now. Sorry. Bye-bye.
This looks like hell to me. Gotta go. I'm on standby for a Robert Mugabe Been on the list forever, that one. See you later. And I will see you later.
Yo, Deborah, you really didn't mince your words with this Grim Rita person. I mean, who was she anyway?
Death?
Don't know her. Quite an unpleasant one, you know. I'm going to give her a piece of my mind when I meet her.
Which we hope won't be anytime soon, Arch. Well, it's time to cross to a very special guest, U.S. President Barack Obama. Mr. Obama, your speech at the FNB Stadium was... Sorry, sir, what are you doing?
I'm trying to fix this damn Obamacare website. Biggest snafu in American history. Oh, hello, Archbishop.
Hello, Barack. Oh, what a brilliant speech you gave, you know. I really had goosebumps.
Thank you, Arch. I guess I felt the, spirit of your great friend Madiba, inspiring me.
Yes, I also felt his spirit. In fact, his spirit told me the next time I see you, I should give you a clap.
Clap?
He means he'll smack you.
Why, Bishop? You know, I've always tried to model myself on Madiba.
Except for using drones to kill people with your remote controls. Madiba would never have done that.
Yeah. Madiba probably wouldn't have done that. But...
And listening in to billions of private telephone calls, huh?
Sure. Yeah. That wasn't a... No, he wouldn't have done that. But...
And not closing Guantanamo Bay or...
I didn't say I managed to be exactly like him, okay? I just said I tried. But, as I said, Madiba no longer belongs to us. He belongs to the ages.
He belongs to us. We only loaned him to you.
Is he always this punchy? No wonder apartheid crumbled. This guy just doesn't stop. Look, all I want to do is celebrate Madiba. Say some stuff that sounds really stirring and important, but is actually borrowed from all those old guys who came before me. And then carrying on screwing up the rollout of Obamacare. Can you let me do that? Can you?
Of course. Mr. President, it has been a great pleasure.
You are not him, and you are not even trying hard enough. Stay in South Africa for a while, and I will teach you how to implement the spirit of Ubuntu.
Ubuntu, that's it. That's the software we need to fix this website. Thanks, Arch. Guys?
Can you believe that guy?
Well, what can we say? Not all Nobel Peace Prizes are equal. It's been a pleasure, Arch. Please come back soon. You're always welcome here.
Sorry, one more thing. There's a question all our viewers would like to ask you, Arch.
Yes, my child, what is it?
Will you keep Tata's armchair next to yours?
Of course. You know, Deborah, he told me many times that he would just drop in unexpectedly, you know, from up there for a chat now and then. Yes. We had so many of those. You get it? Pick it and pay.
Not as scary as Sarah Paler.
Don't mention that name. I'm always afraid she's going to shoot me like a moose. Am I shop right or am I shop wrong? Have you ever eaten angry dog, Tada?
That sounds too aggressive for my stomach, Arch.
Are you game for another one?
You look a bit flushed there, Desmond.
Stop it, Tada, stop it. I've got a lot of free minutes with the big guy upstairs. I'm sure Verwoerd would have loved to send you to the moon instead of Robben Island if he could.
Imagine me, 27 years on the moon. Has anyone named anything after you?
Oh, yes, you know, there is this lovely band, Desmond and the Tutus.
Don't be such a preacher.
Who are you calling a preacher?
You.
Me?
Yes, you.
I thought so.
Dubuli Punu.
Shush, Tata. That song is banned, and anyone who sings it can be thrown in jail. Shush, Tata. I think you should have entered for one of the events.
Really, Desmond? Which one?
I don't think anyone could beat your world record in the long walk to freedom event.
You shouldn't be mentioning pants, Desmond.
Oh, stop with that.
You don't wear pants.
I do sometimes.
Shush.
Don't shush me, Tata.
You are not a very good dancer, unfortunately, Desmond. You know?
What? Are you crazy? I have been working on the Macarena as well as the moonwalk for years.
Leading a country is not a popularity contest.
That's rich coming from you. How many likes do you have on Facebook? You know what XOXO means, eh?
No, not really.
It's not called, it's not called, it's actually a kiss hug, or something like that.
And what do they call this thing?
iPads.
I stole a pig once, Arch.
Well, you know, the fact that you stole it, that is not very kosher.
Well, we are still mourning Tata Madiba, and pretty soon some of us will celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ.
The circle of life, eh?
Yeah, but Christmas also has a very different meaning to
Yeah,
many.
it means there are only 9 more days until I go completely off my face and lock myself in my bedroom and cry until my family has gone home.
No, I meant only 10 more days to do your Christmas shopping.
Oh, right.
Sorry, I've made it a bit awkward now.
Not as awkward as Christmas in my place. Don't you also find Christmas incredibly stressful?
I don't want to talk about it.
So the weather. Joburg's been having a lot of rain.
Rain, come again.
Yeah.
And what do you want for Christmas?
I want the mines, I want the farms, I want the banks.
Okay.
And I want your beard and your sled.
Okay, but Santa needs his beard and his sled, little boy.
And I want your magical flying bouquet. And when I have all those things, I will liberate your elves to work in my mines so that I can redistribute all the presents to the boys and girls down their revolutionary chimneys.
Look, I just work here, dude. I'm not the real Father Christmas.
What?
I'm just an out-of-work actor, little boy. I get like $50 an hour to sit here.
But can I still get a sled with a magic bouquet?
Probably not, no.
And the elves?
I don't think they're real.
But that was my whole election campaign. Free stuff delivered by magic. I've even printed the posters and everything.
Well, how about a nice picture of you and me? Only $20.
Okay, that would be nice.
Okay, smile.
Welcome back to this special episode of Puppet Nation. I'm Justice Malala.
And I hate Christmas.
Yeah, I think this is something we need to talk about. How did this holiday that was supposed to be about love and family turn into this huge stressful thing?
Oh, don't even get me started on how it just turned into an orgy of materialism.
Rian, what do you think?
Oh no, I was raised never to talk about religion.
Fair enough.
Or sex or politics.
Okay.
Or the weather, or food, or animals, or books.
Okay.
Or people. It was a very quiet childhood, you know.
Well, do you think that you can talk about what topped the news this week? Maybe?
I don't know. I'll try. Officials said security arrangements surrounding Nelson Mandela's funeral were based on those for the 2010 Soccer World Cup, which explains why some of us got knocked out early. Meanwhile, the 800-strong 14 South African Infantry Battalion has been deployed to Qunu for Madiba's funeral. Maybe General Holomisa can reform the Transkei Defence Force and try that coup again. Declare himself head of state. Could be fun. Security arrangements for Madiba's funeral include 2 Navy frigates stationed off the Eastern Cape coast. Because if people are going to gate crash the funeral, they will definitely come by sea using inflatable tanks. Police were brought in from other provinces this week to help out in Gauteng in the wake of Madiba's death. The extra manpower was needed because so many cops had been given leave by their boss. Radovan Krecha.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to my pre-Christmas message. Now shut up and listen. I love Christmas. It's huge in my family. But what I don't love is Santa Claus coming along every year to give away presents for free. What is this? Europe? America wasn't built on charity, goddammit. Are we gonna just sit back and let this French socialist homosexual Santa Claus fly around corrupting our country with free stuff? No. There's only one sugar daddy in this country, and the only thing I give away for free is hair that falls out of my comb-over and gets caught in your teeth. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm declaring a no-fly zone over the whole of Lower Manhattan. And if that goddamn red commie shows up anywhere in my airspace, I'm gonna shoot him down faster than Obamacare. I got missiles on the roof, bear traps on the stairs, and anti-personnel mines in the chimney. It's gonna be huge. And Santa, if you're listening, bonjour, asshole. The moment you set foot in one Trump Tower, you're fired. Boom.
Well, that's the end of the special edition of Puppet Nation, celebrating the father of our nation and the grandfather of our hearts.
And a big thank you to Archbishop Desmond Tutu for being here and helping us out.
Yes, Deborah, he's a wonderful man, one of the true greats. And in fact, we at Puppet Nation have agreed that it is fitting to give the last word to both Tata and Tutu. So here.
Sorry, what?
The last word to Tata and Tutu.
When did we decide that?
Yesterday.
I thought I was getting the last word.
Deborah, it's Tata Madiba. Nelson Mandela, umkhonto wesizwe.
Fair enough. Take it away, Tata and Tutu.
Hamba kahle, Madiba.
Another day older and deeper in debt.
I owe my soul to the ANC cause.
I want to be Bafana.
No, I am Bafana Bafana. Cape Town has a very special place in my heart.
In South Africa, our land. Ooh, Dada.
So, who are gonna call? Croak
Bastard. Hey, here wanna. Oh, I crack myself up.
Baby, 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 oh, baby, 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 oh, my baby, baby, baby.
What would my election campaign be? What would I say? Feel it.
Yeah.
It is here in purple.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday.
You're doing better than me, Arch.
Oh, well.
You're still a spring chicken,
I know. Poker face.
I wanna roll with a poker face.
Forever young. We want to be forever young. Do you want to live forever, Dada?
That would be nice.
Yes.